crochet crowd. Inspire, create, and celebrate. Let's learn something today.
Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host, Mikey. Daisies for Days is the crochet flowers that's in today's tutorial. We are going to be making gigantic looking daisies. They are really quite oversized when you compare to the humans. And we have two versions that we have here. So you can see that it's going to be using lots of different colors. So you can see that there's version 1. So all of this here will make this version. And then version 2 is here. So you can see that the flowers are different colors in order to make that happen. You'll be using a 6mm size J crochet hook today with your Red Heart Super Saver yarn. You're also going to need a floral wire or a floral stem, and it is about 18 inches long. So in this case, what I have here is that I have something that I've already cut from a flower, and I'm going to be using that on the interior of my flower in order to have it. And this is also wire, so it has a flexibility to it. When we are going to be using this, we are going to be double stranding, which means that we'll be using the same color. So that doesn't mean you have to have 2 balls of every color. It just means that you can use the outside strand of one ball, and then in that same ball just use the inside strand so that you can double strand to make it happen. But of course, if you have 2 balls, it's just a lot easier to do it that way. So I'm going to show you the ins and outs. I'll go in order of the way that this pattern is going to go, and we're going to start with the leaf, and that's going to be our starting point to get started. So the stem just has 1 leaf, and you need to make 2 leaves because what we're going to do is smack them together, and we're going to go around the outside to put it together so that we have some nice thickness to it, so it's a lot more sturdier. So I am going to use this particular ball of yarn from the inside strand and the outside together at the same time in order to make that happen. So let's begin to show you how to make the leaf to begin. So we need to make 2 of these. So just grab 2 strands, and I have the same ball, so an inside strand and the outside, and you're just going to put it together like it's 1. So just treat it like it's 1 strand. Let's create a slip knot to begin, and insert your crochet hook. So make sure that when you go to yarn over that you're grabbing both strands and pretending it's just 1. So you're going to start and you're going to chain 11. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So there is the backbone of your leaf, and let's begin our revolution. There's only 1 round. It'll go down the one side and back up the other to meet me back up here in a moment. So let's begin working down the backbone. So you're going to go 2nd chain from the hook, and once you do the leaf the first time, it's easier to do the second because you know what you're doing. So 2nd chain from the hook, so 1 and 2, and grab the back hump of the chain only. Okay, it looks like there's 2 strands, but just remember that these 2 strands are to act like it's 1 strand. So you're yarning over, pulling it through. So it's a single crochet, and yarn over, pull through 2. So it's going to be really thick. The next strand, or sorry, the next chain here is going to be a half double crochet in the back hump of the chain. So you're going to keep working down the back hump of the chain all the way down the side. The next one is going to be 1 double crochet. Okay. The next one is going to be 2 double crochet. We're going to get a little bit fatter and wider. So 2 double crochet into the same chain. We're going to put 1 treble into the next chain. So wrap the hook twice. Yarn over, pull through 2, 2, and 2. And now the next chain, there's going to be 2 trebles in that one. Wrap twice, next chain, so we got 1 treble, and wrap twice, and do that same chain 1 more time with the treble. So this is going to be the widest part of your leaf, right there. So now we're going to get narrow again. So we're going to then, there's going to be 2 double crochet into the next one. So the next chain has 2 double crochets in it. The next one has 1 double crochet in it. There's only 2 chains left, 1 and 2. The next one has a half double crochet in it. And then last chain, we're going to put in a single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet. And when we do that, we want to turn it upside down as we go. So we're going to put a single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet. And now just naturally turn it over and do, this is the chain work. We're going to keep on going along this level here, and this is going to balance itself out. You can keep the straggler down on top of the line to keep it into position. And your first stitch is right here. So see how this is there? It's right here. And that's going to be a half double crochet to begin. So just keep that stragglers with it to trap it into the base, and that's a half double crochet. The next one is a double crochet, the next one is 2 double crochet. Okay, I'm going to let the straggler fall out to the back side now. So it's buried in all the way from here to here, so that's enough. And now the next one has 2 trebles into it. So 2 treble crochet into the next chain. The next one has 1 treble into it. The next chain has 2 double crochets in it. The next one has 1 double crochet in it. The next one here has 1 half double crochet, and we have 1 stitch left. And in that final stitch right here, there's going to be 3 single crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And it says to slip stitch to the beginning, and what I want to do is not to do that. So I'm going to just take a little bit of a longer strand. There's 2 strands if you recall. And I'm just going to pull it up through there. So this is a hidden kind of join. Put it through a tapestry needle, both of those strands. And what I need you to do is on the first single crochet that you started with right here, come from the back to the front and let that come down over top. And right where this is coming out of, I want you to go down through the middle of that, down towards the back of the leaf. And what this is going to do, it's going to create a better join and more hidden join. So you can't tell now. And so then turning it to the back side, just continue to weave it through this. You need to do 2 of these, so this will be on the inside of the leaf that nobody will see. So just continue to weave it through. Don't let that needle go to the good side of the work, meaning to the right side, so don't allow it to pop on through, and then you can just safely trim it. If you went over top like I did, and if you didn't, just weave it back and forth, but if you did go over top, you can safely cut that too. And you need to make 2 of these. So I need you to put me on hold. We have video chapters. You can go back and begin a leaf all over again. And once you have that done, then what we're going to do is take both of them and put them together. And that'll be our next step. We're now going to put both of these things together. And so what we're going to do then is to put the wrong sides together. Okay, so it's bowling up towards us. That means it's the right side. So if you see it looking like this, this is the right side because the tension is all on the right side. So if it's going away from you, that's the wrong side. So what we need to do is take the wrong sides and face each other. Okay, so this is the good side, so this is the wrong side. So we're going to take both wrong sides and put them together. So right up here is where I ended the round. for both of them. And what we're going to do is just go around this and sandwich them together for the next part. So what you have to do now is just create a slip knot, put it onto your hook. And you're going to match stitch to stitch. So if you come into this stitch on this leaf here, you're going to go to the matching stitch on the other side. Okay. And you were going to pull through and keep on pulling through until you pull right through the starting loop. So then you go to your next one, and you can tuck that straggler on the inside of your leaf, you won't ever see it, and then go to the next one on the back. So you're going through both of the thicknesses at the same time. You're going to yarn over and through. You got to do this relatively loosely or it won't work. So just going through the next one and through the next one on the back leaf, yarn over and pull through and through. So you just got to provide a little bit more slack than normal and then keep on doing that all the way around. So just slip stitch your way, joining the two pieces together as you go around. So I've come all the way around. This is the first one. So I don't want to do too much to it, but I do want to keep a tail end so I can sew it to the stem later. So I'm not slip stitching it yet. What I'm going to do is just put it through a tapestry needle and do the invisible join like I did before. I've learned over the years that this is a better join for exteriors of stuff. Then you don't get a hump of the slip stitch. So you're going to go to the first stitch that you started with from the back to the front. And I'm going to make this distance look the same as the rest of them. And then come down through the middle of where that was coming out of. And go right to the back of your stem. Okay. Just fluff it up a little bit if you need to. And therefore I'm going to leave this now with the tail intact, and I'll be ready to sew that to the stem later. So let's make the stem next. We're now going to make the stems. We need to make two of them, also double-stranded. And it's double-stranded everything unless I tell you otherwise. And so we need to make two of these little bad boys, and then we're going to put them together, put the floral wire on the inside of this thing so that it gets stuck, and we're going to be doing this next. So let's do two of the stems. The second time that I do it, I'm going to put it together. So I'll show you how to do it once, and then I'll have you do the second one, and then we'll get ready to put them together. Let's double strand these guys together. So put the two strands together as if they're one. Put it onto your crochet hook, and you're going to chain 43. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go all the way to 43 and meet me back here in a moment. Once you have 43 done, you're going to go a fourth chain from the hook. So just count it back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and get the back hump of it, and just double crochet into that fourth chain from the hook. So now you have technically two double crochets there. So all you're just going to do is stay on the back hump of the chain and just double crochet yourself all the way to the other side, and I'll see you there in just a moment. I'm getting all the way to the other side, and I go into my last one. So what I want to do is that I want to finish off this yarn because it's my first one, and I just want to kind of secure the ends so that it's going to be out of the way. Okay, and so I've already shown you how to weave in ends back and forth, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do another one off camera, and when I come back, once you have both done, we're ready then for the next step. And I'll see you then in a moment. With the two stems, I want the backs facing each other. Okay, so this is the front side, the right side, and this is the right side, so I'm going to put the two back sides together like so. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to slide my way, and I'm going to start slip stitching down the one side, and when I get about a halfway mark, I'm going to lay the other thing in between so that it will get stuck in the inside of this thing. So we're going to create a slip knot. And you're going to go into your first stitch here. The right side's facing me, and this is the back side, this is the back side, this is the right side. So I'm just going to match it across. So the right sides are both facing out. So right side, right side. And we're just going to slip stitch like you did with the leaf. So just coming on through and through. And then just keep on moving down. So I'm going to put the straggler on the inside of this, so it gets it out of the way. So go to the next stitch here, and the next stitch on the other side, and slip stitch. You want to be relatively loose so it doesn't lose its stretch. And I'm going to go halfway down, meaning I'm going to go all the way down, and I'm going to stop halfway, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. And I'll see you there in a moment. So I'm getting close to the last one here. So this is going to be the very bottom of my stem. So it's kind of like this, a really nice area. So I'm just going to continue to whip around the bottom here, bringing them together, and then just start going backward. So what I want to do is with that flower thing, let me just back you out a little bit further here. And I always like to provide a little bit of extra at the top. So I'm going to lay this down so that the very base is here, and this is going to pop out towards the top of it, and I can turn this into a circle to be inside of the flower. So I'm going to lay this down like a hot dog on the inside of this. So this was just a leftover piece from an existing flower arrangement, and therefore I have extra that's coming out of the top, and I can deal with that later, cut it down if I need to. And then I am just going to continue to slip stitch my way across. So therefore it's stuck underneath, and I don't have to worry about jamming it in and catching any of the fibers. So it's already kind of sitting in a position. So I'm going to sit back, relax, and I'll see you back here in a moment. So I'm getting closer to the other side. I have 13 stitches before I'm finished. What I'm going to do is take the leaf that we have, and we're going to sandwich it in between to catch it inside. So we're not only going to go through the two pieces, but we're going to go through the leaf at the same time. So what I'm going to do is just weave on off the ends. I said not to do that, but I'm going to do that now, and I'll be right back in a sec to show you how to do this. With the right side facing up, you can see how you've done the slip stitching. It doesn't look the same on the other side. So make sure that's looking like that because it matches this. So for the next 4 stitches, when you go through, you're going to go through the first, you're going to go through a piece of the leaf, and you're going to match it to the other side. Make sure that you are, if you've not already done so, make sure you get that wire in the inside of your stem. And so now you're going to slip stitch through everything. So this is what's going to hold the leaf in place. It's a great idea, actually. So then you'll do the next one and position this in a way that's going to make sense. So go through a different spot on the leaf. My angle kind of sucks here with the camera. From what you can see it better than I can. And then that's the attaching number 2. If you want the leaf to, while I'm doing this, if you want the leaf to be more flexible, you can just insert a little wire in the inside so that you can make it shape differently, but I kind of like it as is. Okay, and now I'm going to go through another part of the leaf. So it's going to attach 4 times. So I'm moving along in the back side, also moving those stitches. So okay. Finally, one more last time, and make sure that the last one, you get the leaf in the way that it makes sense on the angle. And slip stitch through that. that was the 4th time it connected. And now I'm going to come back to this row here and there, so I can ignore the leaf area there and keep on going. So you can put a little wire in the inside of that leaf if it's not at the right angle for you. Later on, you can shape it and just continue then to go all the way to the top edge. And we're going to leave this exposed on the other side so that we can put that inside the flower when we do that. Okay, so slip stitch all the way to the top, weave in your ends, and we'll be good to go. Okay, I'm all the way to the top. I'm leaving this unattached at the top, and I'm just going to fasten off this yarn, and I'll deal with the tail ends later once I understand this more. And we're going to just pull that, and we'll deal with that. So you have your stem. It's actually pretty thick, isn't it? And we're going to begin doing the flower section next. We're not going to be doing the flower section. The interiors are the same on both sides. So if you flip this flower around the back, it also shows this. So there's not a side that looks different from each other. So you want to make 2 of these as you're doing it. So choose the first color that you want to play with. And I'm going to begin double stranding, of course. So let's make 2 centers per flower. So no matter how many flowers you're going to do, you might want to do all your centers at the same time, and then you can do the final steps then at that time as well. So let's do a center, and I'll show you how to do it. You'll do the second one and any more that you'll need. Let's create a slip knot to begin. And we're going to chain a total of 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I need you to slip stitch it to the beginning chain. Okay, so it's the 4th one back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or the beginning, depending on your perspective. And you're just going to slip stitch to form the center ring. Okay, so the center ring is right in there. It's going to be relatively tight because it's double stranded, and that's what we're looking for. Let's begin round number 1. I'm going to begin round number 1 in my own unique way. If you prefer the pattern, just chain 3 and do 15 double crochet into the ring. The way I prefer is just chain 1, just pull it up a little bit taller than normal, and apply 16 double crochets into the ring. I always find that chain 3 always looks out of place, so I do it that way instead. So I need you to put in 16 into the ring. So this is number 2. Go right up over top of that straggler to trap it. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you're running out of space, just pull on it and release more of that ring. So I got 7, 8, 9, 10. Just keep jamming them in. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Before you move on, I need you to verify your counts and make sure that you do actually have a total of 16. So even if you chain the 3 and did 15 double crochet, that is 16 as well. So make sure you have 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and just join to the 16th one back with a slip stitch. And we're ready for the second and final round of this color. The second and final round of this color is just chain up 1 and apply 2 single crochet in the same stitch where you did the slip stitch. And you are going to apply then 2 single crochet into each of the stitches all the way around. This will give you a total stitch count of 32. If you're looking for that information, just see the video description. There is a pattern link there. And there's also video chapters so that you can scroll forward or ahead depending on where you need help on. So not everybody needs help for everything. So we're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch around, verify that there's 32, and I'll be right back in a moment. Once you believe you're all the way around, verify you do have 32 single crochet. In my case, I do. I'm going to just do a little bit of a longer tail. That's it for this color. And I'm going to pull this up. So you've seen that I'm not joining with a slip stitch because I just think it stands out too far. It's just my own personal preference. You decide what works for you. You can let me know how you prefer to weave in your, or like to finish off. Do you like the slip stitching or do you do it a different way like me? And I'm not saying that my way is perfect. I'm just saying that's the way I prefer. So I'm going to then take this where this is coming out of, come into the first single crochet that I started with from the back to the front. So I'm just going through the stitch and I'm going to pull this down. See where this is coming out of? And I'm going to go back through the middle of where that's coming out of. Let's see. And I'm just going to pull a little bit tighter because that doesn't count as a stitch. So there should still be 32. And then I'm just going to turn it around and just weave it through the back side here. The side will be on the inside of the flower, so you don't got to take too much care, but I would recommend that any weaving of the ends, don't allow that yarn needle to go to the good side of the work. So just stay on this side, on the back. So you're gonna make another one of these. If you need a hand again, just use the video chapters in the video description and or pin comment, and you can scroll back and do another one and do as many as you need to. And you can let me know how many flowers you're planning on making too. I'm kind of curious. I like this pattern too. So you're going to have 2 of them and we're going to move on to the next part. So our next step is to make these little flowers. And when I say little, I'm the size of your hand. And that's the back of it. We'll make 2 of these and then we're going to sandwich them together. And we're going to put a little bit of stuffing in here so that these kind of come out. If you don't want to do stuffing, that's up to you. And we're going to begin this process next. It's actually really quite simple. So let's create a slip knot and let's put it on our hook. And the whistling that you hear in the background is actually baby turkeys, just in case you're wondering. So what we have here is this already on the hook. You can go into any one of the single crochet. I'm going to have you do a standing single crochet because I think it looks nicer. So with this already on the hook, I want you to yarn over, pull through, and you get the 2 loops there. Okay, so remember the 2 strands working together is considered just 1 strand, and pull through the 2. That's a standing single crochet. Nice easy round. Here we go. We're going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I want you to go a second chain from the hook and start single crocheting back down. Okay, so you're going to do actually total 6. So that was 1. You do the next one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you have the 6 down, just lay the straggler down on top and now do the next 4 single crochets in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and now we're going to create another petal. So we're going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Second chain from the hook, start that one, and that was 1 of 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then come on back down to the center, so the next 4 in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you're going to do that all the way around. So chain 7, second chain from the hook, do all 6 coming back, single crochet, then single crochet the next 4, and so on. Please do this. You're going to have a total of 8 of these that will stick out. That will be the center of each one of your petals. I'll be right back in a moment. So I'm coming to my last one and I have to do the final 3. So in my case, do you see that there's 4? That's because one of the slip stitches that we do when we do normal slip stitching of joining, it actually makes it look like there's an extra one. So what I would do if I were you and you weren't watching me, I would just do single crochet 2 together in the first one because this counts as one of them, one of 4. So you technically have 4 stitches here. So just single crochet the first 2 together. When you come back down off the 1, and then single crochet the final 2, and therefore you don't have a gapping space that will show, especially when there's a color contrast like that. So you still technically only have 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one is this one. You're going to slip stitch then to the beginning one with the single crochet, and now we're going to do the final round of this flower. So right where you're sitting, you're not going to chain 1 to start. You're just going to start with the first single crochet that is starting to crawl up the side of the edge here. So the first one here is going to be a single crochet. The next one is going to be half double crochet. The next 2 in a row are each 1 double crochet. The next one up is going to be 2 double crochet. And finally, the last one up, just go right here, is going to be 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Consider that the very top of your petal. Now you want to start with this one and do the opposite going down. So there's going to be 3 double crochets in the top of this one. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, there's going to be 2 double crochet into the next. Okay, and now you're going to continue to down. So the next 2 in a row are each going to be a double crochet. This leaves only 2 more stitches down on this petal. The next one is going to be a half double crochet. And the final one is a single crochet, and that's 1 petal done. When you go to do your single crochet, it's going to be the second one before you see this. Okay, so it's right here. Single crochet in, single crochet, and then start crawling up the side. So let's go through the sequence one more time, and you can always reverse to go over it again if you have to. So the first one is going to be a single crochet. The next one is a half double crochet. The next 2 in a row are each 1 double crochet. The next one is 2 double crochet into the same stitch. And the last one on this side is 3 double crochet right there. And that will allow it to turn and start going down the other side. So 1, 2, and 3. Just naturally turn it. So the first one going down is right here. And it's going to be 3 double crochet. We have 1, 2, and 3. The next one is 2 double crochet. The next 2 in a row are each 1 double crochet. The next one is a half double crochet. And then the final one of this petal is a single crochet. And now you're ready to move on to the next petal, but you have to single crochet the one right here. Okay, see how it's in groups of 4? It's the third one. Single crochet there, and then start crawling up the one side, crawl back down the other, and continue that all the way around. I'll see you at the end of the round. So I'm on my last petal, and I'm going to single crochet normally. Okay, so it's the third one. And then I'm just going to slip stitch. Now, if this is your second one, I don't want you to fasten off. So you're just going to slip stitch to the next. So if it is your first one, you want fasten off, weave in your ends, and then we're going to get ready. You're going to have to get your stuffing available, and we're going to be able to stuff this at the same time of creating the next section where we're going to just go all the way around with the slip stitching. Okay, so I got my stuffing ready, and this is the second one I actually was doing, and any tail ends you're going to want to weave in anyway, but this is going to be tucked on the inside anyway, the tail, so I don't have to be too specific with that. Okay, so I want the back sides to be facing each other, so this is the back and the back, so this is the good side, that's the good side, and now I'm just going to match them. Okay, so I'm just going to come into my next stitch and match it to the same stitch for the petal. Okay, and pull through and through. So what I want to do is that every time I'm about to finish a petal, I want to get some stuffing and just use my finger and kind of push it into the end. I wouldn't wait necessarily to the end to try to stuff it through, you know, if it's just open at the bottom and trying to stuff it through all of it. So I would stuff it as I was go. So I'm just matching it, just loosely, just relaxed. You were just going to slip stitch around. This will be the good side of the project because of the slip stitching. And so if you turn it around, okay. So the slip stitching allows you to grow it out. If you do a single crochet join or joining with that, it makes the petals even wider, which will probably lose this effect. So you're just going to chase it around the tips. Listen to those turkeys, eh? I've never seen a baby turkey until Daniel got them, but they're quite entertaining to watch. But eventually that peeping is going to turn into gobbles and then lead into Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I don't know if we have the heart to do it though. We're kind of getting attached and they kind of got names. Okay. So as I'm coming around this petal, it's going to secure this petal together. And then just jump down. So you just every single crochet is getting a slip stitch. Okay, so I'm just going to pause here for a second. So now I got a pocket, and I'll just grab some stuffing. Don't overstuff to the point that you just are bleeding stuffing. So I'm just going to use my finger and push it through that little pocket area on the inside. Okay, and then I'm going to continue around. So now that's got a little bit of thickness to it. And every time I finish a petal, I'm just going to lightly stuff it and continue along. So I'm going to do the rest on my own, and I'll be right back in a few moments. I don't want to go all the way around. I'm going to get pretty close because I'm going to attach it then to the stem as well when I get around near to the end. So let's get this done, and I'll see you close to the end of the round in a moment. So I'm almost all the way around. All these have stuffing except for the final one. Just grab a little bit of stuffing. I've done most of that petal. I've done enough so that I can get my fingers in behind it in the opening here. I don't want to overstuff. So I still have a bit of an opening here, which I'm needing to have. And so what I'm going to do is grab my stem. So this is the right side facing up. I can tell by the way that the petal is shaped. Okay, so I'm going to take my petal, or sorry, my stem, and I'm going to open this up just slightly. And just kind of it just gives it more stability when it's inside. So I'm not stuffing the center piece right here. Okay, and I'm going to stick this in. Okay. And I want the right side of this facing up as well. And I'm going to push in the loose ends of the green to the interior of the flower. Nobody's going to see that. Okay, so what I'm going to carefully do is that I'm going to finish off the final of this where it actually meets up. So I'm going to do the final one going in. So I still have all of this that's still open with the stem, but I want to do as many as I can and finish this off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I want to keep the right sides facing up, and I want to keep a long enough tail that I can sew the rest of this into position across the top. So I'm going to pull that up. And I want to sew the red into the greenish area all the way around. So only staying within the red section, don't let it bleed over. Like just don't start going into the green. And when you go into the red, just going in and just making sure you grab the green and just position the red with it. And I want to go all the way around. So just a different spot through the green to the red. So this is going to hold those two panels together. So stay within the red, grab the green. And go back into the red. And I've officially gone all the way around on this. So I'm going to take this back to the wrong side and just through a slightly different path to capture it and use the back of the flower to secure it. So just create a knot. And then just weave it on the back side within the red section only, 3 times back and forth. So I got 1, slightly different path, 2. And you're better to also separate the plies, just don't go between strands and it will really get stuck. And therefore you'll have a flower. And because I have it on on a flexible wire. I can just shape this any way that I want, but overall, I've got a happy little flower to enjoy from my office. That's it for today. We hope you've enjoyed.